So how did that, like, what happened in Tips's tournament? So there were like these Tauren that were like jumping on top of everybody, is that right? I just want to make sure that I've got all my facts straight. So there were Tauren that were jumping on top of everyone, got teleported by a GM. He got banned. More Spurgs. Yeah, I mean, I think that they should have banned him personally. Like, if I was a GM, I would have banned him immediately. That kind of shit, like, I don't know why, like it's like, what does Blizzard get out of letting somebody do that? You know, it's not really fair. Okay, okay, just a second. Where the fuck is he? Okay, we got it. Yeah, of course they're gonna ban him. Yeah, anyway. It's on Trimmer Totem, so they were untargetable. I mean, that's pretty...
Wait a second, hold on, wait. You think they should have banned him immediately?
Yeah, of course. Well, not immediately, but like after like 5 minutes or so, yeah.
Push your talk, idiot.
Just a minute.
So you actually think you should have been banned?
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's like intentionally trying to ruin the event.
Well, so what? It's a PvP server.
It had nothing to do with PvP. He was the same faction.
So? They could have gone somewhere else.
Yeah, but he could have gone and just followed them.
Yeah, but if they went to the Gurubashi arena, they could have killed him there.
Yeah, but then other people could have killed him too. Like, it could have just been the same thing. Like, I don't think that people, like, if somebody makes a direct and deliberate attempt to sabotage an event that you're trying to hold, yeah, I think you should get banned. Like, because they're intentionally doing it.
What about the funeral bombing?
Well, that's a little bit different because it was actually PvP. I think that what the difference is, right? I'm not saying that he should get banned for PvP. Like, this is completely two separate things. If they're making an event and he's trying to sit on top of the totems to make them untargetable, that has nothing to do with PvP.
But there are player solutions to this problem without Blizzard intervening.
Why should Blizzard not intervene? Like, this person...
Because that's the whole point of a PvP server, is that you get to do this shit.
Well, no, because if you have to go over to another area, you're effectively cooperating with the other faction. So, like, cooperating with the other faction should not be a solution, right? Whenever you have to do that, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to go over here, and then hopefully somebody from the other faction is going to attack him. That's effectively cooperating with him. Am I wrong?
I mean, it sounds like you don't really want a PvP server. You just want, like, a Care Bear, everybody, like, works together.
Well, it would be the same thing. Like, that it would be the same thing. Like, if it was a PvP server or a PvE server.
You could go to a contested zone. You could go to the Gurubashi arena.
Yeah, you could.
You have options without involving Blizzard.
Yeah, but, like, why should this person be able to just intentionally harass the tournament? Like, why is that a positive thing? Like, why should Blizzard allow that?
It doesn't have to be positive, though. There are player solutions without involving Blizzard. Just like, were there any positive outcomes, really, besides a funny YouTube video to the funeral bombing? Not really. It was mean, it was cruel. It was
Well, it was a PvP event. Like, what I'm saying is that if you have to involve the other faction to solve a problem, right, or go into the Gurubashi arena or something like that to kill them, I don't even see why this is how is this even a question? This person created a character specifically with the intent to disrupt and make an event more difficult to do, and the Blizzard should just let that happen. Why is this one person's ability to ruin everybody else's fun and enjoyment more important than 100,000 other people's ability to just watch the tournament?
Hold on, here's Esfand.
It's fucking retarded. Of course I wouldn't do that.
Wait, what happened?
Like,
they're upset about Troll God.
Yeah, no, I would ban him immediately. I would have banned him 100%. 100% I'd ban him.
There's a point at which, like, and this has been talked about like 1,000 times. Blizzard has always done this, right? There's like a point where it's like you're doing something, right? You're playing the game, and then there's a point where it becomes griefing, right?
Yeah.
There's always like
he's obviously griefing. He's sitting on the totems. Like, how's that not griefing?
Yeah, there's a line there. There's definitely a line there.
Does anybody genuinely think that's not griefing?
How do you determine griefing, though? Like, if I camp
someone, I would determine griefing by standing on top of the totems. Like, how's that even a question?
I
think it's subjective.
It's not subjective at all. Like, that's not subjective at all. Like, you're
if you
standing
go
on
to
top of the totems.
if you go to STV and camp someone for 5 hours straight, do you think they should be, you should be banned for that or suspended for that? If you camp someone for 5 hours straight and they can do nothing about it?
I'm not talking about that. Like, it's the same as like in retail WoW, whenever somebody gets on their mammoth and they sit on top of somebody's fishing bobber. And then if you do that, Blizzard will ban you. Because it's obviously griefing. Like, you're doing that specifically to grief them. Like,
Yeah,
does anybody genuinely feel like there's any other purpose of sitting on top of a totem besides griefing?
Yeah, and that's the thing.
Like, he's
right?
obviously doing it to disrupt the game. Like,
right.
I don't see.
I mean, I
how
agree
is
with that,
even,
but I'm saying griefing in general. Griefing in general is subjective, right? Like, you have to look at everything, like from on a case by case basis.
Well, of course
and,
it's
like,
subjective, but like there are more black and more white instances, right? I would say corpse camping somebody is generally okay, and going around and sitting or standing on top of somebody's fishing bobber over and over and over, and then on top of that standing on totems in the dueling tournament, yeah, that's clearly griefing.
Is there?
Like,
but is there
that's
an extent at which, like, let's say corpse camping, right? Is there an extent at which it becomes griefing? Like, is there a certain amount of time? Because I do think at a certain amount of time, it probably does become griefing. But what if that time, right?
Like, I don't know. The thing is, like, everything is okay if you're only doing it like once or twice, right? And I think
that's
that
pretty much how I feel.
it's like if the guy comes and he sits on the totems for like 3 or 4 minutes, like, who gives a fuck, right? But
Yeah,
if
it's
this
like
is
chilling.
something, this is an ongoing 3 or 4 hour thing, no, it's way too much. That's way too fucking much. Joey being scared now I rogued, it was following him in stealth. Yeah, I mean, they're obviously trying to disrupt the tournament, right?
What about you bringing the dragon to Stormwind? Is that not disruptive, and could that not have hurt other players' enjoyment of the game?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, like, so all right, well, let's talk about that. I think that's a good point you're trying to bring up. So the reason that I didn't want to do the thing, and I know this is the same reason you guys felt too, that you didn't want to do the thing that I did, where like I was going to hold the city hostage until everybody gave me the gold, is because you guys thought that was griefing, right?
Right.
Right, yeah, okay. So that was, I mean, it was clearly like obviously a bad thing to do. And I would not really consider the like pulling the dragons to Stormwind Stormwind at the beginning a bad thing. And again, it's about like the amount of time that you're spending doing this. Like if you're doing this like for maybe 10 minutes or like 30 minutes, I think that's one thing. But if you're doing it for like 3 hours, that's something else. And I think it matters like how long you're dedicating time.
Hey, here's another guy
Okay,
with
go
an
ahead.
opinion.
Okay.
Hello? Yeah, it's Staysafe. Go ahead.
Wait, I heard you're arguing about the.
He is. Go ahead with your point.
Well, what's your guys' points? Let me catch me up.
Oh, I think Blizzard should have banned him.
Oh, I totally disagree.
Okay, why?
I mean, how are you going to argue you should ban someone for standing in a spot that's inconvenient to you, right? That's my point.
Because they're doing it consistently and intentionally to disrupt what you're doing.
I will say this: there's literally only one reason to stand in that spot.
What is
Like,
the
I
other
mean,
purpose?
There's literally only one reason to stand specifically in that spot. There's no other purpose. Now, I'm in the camp that it's like, look, if you do it a couple times, like, okay, dude, chill
Yeah,
out, right?
it's fine. Like, I mean, if you do it for like 5 or 10 minutes, who cares? But this is like an ongoing 3 or 4 hour thing.
So, like, where do you extend that to, and where do you draw the line? So let's say I'm camping someone for 3 hours. Would you ban that person also?
See, that's where I'm saying it's subjective at that point. Like, you just kind of know when you know.
I don't think that we
thing
need
is
to make a
subjective.
slippery slope argument to understand that there's a very clear intent whenever you're sitting on top of a totem in a dueling tournament. This is very, very obvious what they're doing.
Well,
Like,
it's,
let's not
targeted
beat around the
annoyance,
bush.
right? It's habitual annoyance. So, what else do you extend this philosophy of banning people for targeted habitual annoyance? Like, what do you extend that to?
Well, let's say somebody, like, this is like really common back in Wrath whenever people had the mammoth mounts, is they would get
Right.
in the mammoth mount and then they would stand on top of your fishing bobber so you couldn't fish. I would extend it to that. And Blizzard agrees with me, by the way, because they do suspend people for that.
Well, they've done this forever.
Like,
I remember
and
even
this
back-
isn't my opinion. This is Blizzard's opinion.
So, but they didn't ban the guy. They moved him, right? They teleported him to Winter Spring.
Well, okay, let me rephrase. If they remove it from happening, if they stop it from happening, I don't care if they ban him or not, really. I mean, if it was me, I would ban him, but I'm also an asshole, so, you know, like, moving him is fine as well.
Yeah, I probably would just move. Like, if the guy's being annoying, look, I play Retribution Paladin, okay? Eye for an eye. If the guy is, like, playing a level 1 Tauren, and he's doing that and being annoying, I would just take him and I would drop him in, like, Dark Whisper Gorge or something. Just, like, that's what I would do. Like, I probably wouldn't ban him unless, like, he kept doing it over and over again. But, I mean, I think that would pretty much deter him right away. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna put you on the other side of the world.
I'll try to meet you halfway, and I'll ask you this: like, do you think that before they ban him, if you think they should ban him, do you think they should first contact him and ask him to stop first before they ban him? No,
personally, I don't think so. Because it's so. I feel like it's almost playing into it, because he knows what he's doing, right? I mean, he knows what he's doing. I feel like there should be like a zero tolerance for people going out of their way to harass someone, right?
So okay, let me say this. I'll bring this up.
Like honestly, this is let me. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I want to say one thing. If they did give him a warning, I think that's fine, right? It's like the reason that I kind of probably feel that way is like I just think it's really stupid, right? But I mean, I would be fine with a warning. It's not like I would be upset if they gave him a warning, if that makes sense. Okay.
I agree with that. I do think, like, before anything else happens, they should probably contact him. As a Warlock, one thing I love to do is go to Goldshire or low-level zones and drop Infernals. I love that. I think it's hilarious. You banish the Infernal, if someone tries to kill it. I think that's hilarious, and it kills the questing mobs, and I love griefing like that.
Right.
And so I asked Ian and Omar when we were in California last month or whatever if that's allowed, and they said, yeah, why not?
Yeah, but Ian also followed it up with saying, like, there is an extent to where it gets too much.
Well, yeah, and that's what I'm talking about. So you remember, you were a Warlock. Did you or did you not banish elementals that other people were killing in the Elemental Plateau and Burning Crusade?
Yeah, absolutely.
Same.
Yeah.
And you know what they did to me? They suspended me because it was clearly griefing. I mean, I feel like there's a certain amount of intellectual dishonesty that's going on here.
No, okay, here's the difference, right?
Okay.
With the situation that happened last night, is there an in-game player solution to the issue? And the issue is yes. There are other places the duel tournament could have happened. Like, so there is an in-game solution to the issue. Like, could they have taken time to organize a duel tournament in a high-level contested zone or in a duel arena and had you know, player bodyguards that killed anyone that came into the Gurbashi arena? I think there are in-game player solutions before you run to an authority figure to solve your problem for you.
I think at that point, and also it doesn't really matter about the solutions, right? And it does to an extent, but to the extent that I think that he's doing it, I feel like he's obviously doing something with a negative intent. I mean, he literally named his character Troll God. Like, why are we siding? Why are we siding with someone who's dedicating their time to ruining other people's experience for a 5-hour period? And like, that's really, I think that's the main thing, is that he's doing this for, like, hours.
Well, here's the deal, man. Like, you've talked about your ninja looting past, right? Let's say you're in a dungeon for 5 hours, you're working as a team, and something drops, and I'm a warrior, and I ninja loot a fucking caster wand or something, and then I go vendor it.
Yeah.
That's just as much of a time waste for everyone, right? Like, so I don't like ninja looting. I don't like that this guy was griefing the tournament. But I like that Classic WoW offers that decision-making and that player agency for him to choose to be a bad guy.
Okay, so there's a number of things that are different with that.
There's no accountability.
Well, yeah, number one, there's no accountability. Number two, you have to make some sort of a conscious decision to allow that player into your group that could or could not potentially ninja loot. So there's no way that you could just say, okay, well, I'm going to just randomly have... It's the difference between having one of your party members ninja loot something or having any player on the server that wants to ninja loot something. Because there is a conscious decision to allow that player into your party and give them the permission to actually make that decision, then I think that it's more okay. On top of that, it still would be against the rules, and there were many times that I was very worried about getting reported or getting in trouble for ninja looting, because there have been people that were banned for it. So I think that in the instances that it is actually really bad, you're right. Like, Blizzard does do something about it. And the instances that it's not, I feel like it's a lot more nuanced than that, because players are making their own decisions. There was no player that made a decision to allow Troll God into the area to play with them.
So that's where I would disagree. That's where I have a contention. They chose to have the tournament in a spot that is accessible by a level 1 troll, right?
Right.
You could prepare enough and have the tournament in Gurubashi or the Dire Maul Arena, and you could have like 30 or 40 level 30 guards that are standing there murking everyone that runs in, and like there would be a different set of issues that arise, but it would negate that issue, right?
Well,
So, yeah,
I think that if you want to look at it from a specific issue standpoint, like, yeah, there are other things that they could have done, and maybe those things would have solved that problem, but it would have created other problems. But if you look at it as an abstract, as this individual is deliberately spending time to ruin other people's play experience, right? That's effectively what's happening here. And it's like if I was going through and I was ninja looting items all day, every day, constantly, I feel like there is, for one, there's accountability because I'd obviously have to be max level to do that. And then the second difference would be that I think Blizzard probably would suspend me. Like if I was Blizzard, I would suspend somebody for doing that because they're just ruining everybody else's time. And this is, again, something that Blizzard
maybe you're
does.
right. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm unaware, though, of Blizzard banning people from ninja looting.
They do, absolutely. They have. Like, this is something, that's why, like, usually, so there were a couple of different things, right? Sometimes they would remove the loot. They would almost never redistribute loot, and then sometimes they would suspend a person that stole all the gear, right? And each one was, like, a little bit less possible than the other. And they would basically never redistribute them. Yeah, that's
So
what
here's
I was
the
saying.
thing.
Is there like a famous case of that happening? I've just never heard of that.
I'd have to find one. But yeah, I'm like 99% sure. Because I remember this is something that I thought about all the time whenever I was playing. But I mean, I don't have a link to one right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because like it's all second. It's like even if somebody says they got banned for ninja looting, that doesn't mean they got banned for ninja looting, right? Because like they can just say whatever they want.
Well,
What?
huh? Nothing.
Alright, guys, I think we've figured it out. Troll
What?
God X was for sure justly teleported away, and in the future, if any of these griefers should be suspended, it will be completely justified, and I think everybody agrees now.
Well, he wasn't suspended though, right?
Alright, I'm gonna kick you guys out of the channel now. Thank you.
There's no reason. I don't know how I won that one. I feel like it's kind of clear cut whenever somebody does something intentionally to grief people. Like if imagine like if I kept Tarimus the Devourer in the city for like 3 hours, I would expect to get suspended for that. Like I would honestly expect Blizzard to take away my beta access if I did that, because it just ruins the entire game for everyone else. Yeah.
So, I don't know, like, there's so many examples, like, the term harassment or, like, intentionally griefing is so subjective and open-ended. What if I'm an undead rogue and I camp Red Ridge for 6 hours? Like,
well, I don't know why, like, the thing is, like, you're trying to turn this into, like, an abstract, slippery slope argument when it's really not. Like, there are very, very clear-cut cases of harassment occurring. Like, you can at least say that there are instances of one player doing something to another player that would warrant Blizzard taking action, right?
Yes, and I don't think this is one of them. That's
Okay.
my thing.
Why not? I mean, like,
Because
what criteria
because
does
what
this not meet?
So my argument is that the term harassment and, like, targeted annoyance or whatever the term is, like, I think it's very subjective, and I think the reason why, actually I have the thing open right now. So under the support page for Battle.net, it says behavior that intentionally detracts from other players' enjoyment, parentheses, such as griefing, throwing, feeding, etc. I think there's a reason why they left this so open-ended. It's so they can really just do whatever the fuck they want. Like, it is 100% open to interpretation.
Well, of course it is, and this is the way that I'm interpreting it. Like, obviously, but, I mean, can you read the first sentence again?
Behavior that intentionally detracts from other players' enjoyment, which
What do you
could mean
think?
so many things.
Well, I mean, like, let's just look at that sentence there. Do you think that intentionally sitting on totems is behavior that intentionally detracts from other people's enjoyment?
Well, obviously, yes, right?
Okay.
But so do so many other things that I think we would all agree should not be reprimanded with a...
But
like,
those, I think the difference is that those things are outcomes of just like traditional game systems. Like, corpse camping is an outcome of the PvP system. Sitting on totems is not an outcome of any system. This is an intentional reason. This is an intentional thing this person is doing for no gain to themselves, intentionally to ruin somebody else's experience. That's the difference between that and corpse camping.
Yeah, I mean, at least you can say with corpse camping, it's like you'd be grinding on it or something. Right?
Yeah.
And then there's also the factor of accountability, which we brought up before.
Yeah.
Like, I do think in this specific case, it is pretty bad. Like, at the end of the day, it's kind of like just whatever. But just be better at clicking. Just be better at clicking, and you don't click on the torrent. Problem solved.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, go ahead.
So let me ask you guys: is it you guys? Is the world server down, by the way? You guys can.
I'm up in L1 Force. I'm chilling.
Oh, okay. If you guys are hosting an Alliance Duel tournament, do you do it similar to Tips and just hope that this doesn't happen, or do you do this?
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing is that I do have ideas. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm gonna do this, but I don't want to say what I'm gonna do right now, because then maybe people would figure out ways to, like, offset that or, like, mess that up. Does that make sense?
Okay, but you acknowledge, like, there are in-game player solutions to this issue.
No. If I wanted to go out of my way to ruin somebody's experience, I could do it. I guarantee it. Doesn't matter. Like, give me a scenario and I'll figure out how to fuck it up.
There are varying degrees to which the event can be fucked up, though.
Well, name one scenario that would prevent me from fucking it up.
So, just strictly talking about the level 1 people jumping on your duelist.
No, anything. I mean, besides level 1s, because it's not like I only have a level 1 character. And it's not like other people don't have high-level characters, too.
Yeah, there are multiple ways to grief a duel tournament, and there are solutions to, like, solve each one, but not solve all of them. You will have some problem in some aspect, always.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so talking strictly about what happened last night with the level 1s jumping, what you would do with that is probably host it in a high-level contested zone. I mean, last night the issue was not 30 versus 30 cross-faction briefing. Actually, people were very well behaved. The Alliance was behaved.
So.
Yeah, I think we agree on that. The real problem was the level 1. So I would probably host a duel tournament first off try in a high-level contested zone where level 1s would be PvP flagged. Or another thought is have it in a Gurbashi arena or the Diarma arena and have signed on like 20 or so sort of like level 30 guards lining the walls. If anyone goes and tries to fuck anything up, you kill them. Yes,
so let's say Gurabashi Arena. How would I ruin Gurabashi Arena?
Here's the thing, they're still going to get one attack. They're still going to get one attack.
Problem.
Yeah,
it's a different problem. It doesn't solve the problem. Like, I can guarantee you...
It solves one.
Go ahead.
It solves one problem and opens another.
Well, exactly, and that's the whole point that I'm trying to make, is that you're not going to be able to solve the griefing problem from player solutions entirely. I mean, yes, obviously there are some ways that players could solve it.
So let me bring this back to the point you made about accountability, right?
Okay.
You're saying the reason this is a big issue, the Torin jumping thing, is because that player doesn't have accountability. If you do it in Gurbashi, for example, and remove that aspect of the problem, other level 30 players jumping in and trying to gank, there is accountability there. So that is sort of like that accountability argument.
That was like a secondary argument. Like, the main argument that I made differentiating that and ninja looting personally was the difference between you actually having the ability to choose who's in that area to begin with. Right? Because you had to make a conscious decision to allow certain people to be in your group. And you have to at least passively consent that the person that has Master Looter will, do it in the way that you want them to. You see what I mean?
actually have a solution. I have a solution for this, but I don't want to talk about it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did Eric just tell you?
No, he didn't. It might be the same thing. He told me he has an idea, but I didn't ask him. Wait, let me scroll up my list, please. Oh, no, it's not Eric's solution. I think I have a better solution than Eric.
Okay.
But I don't want to talk about it.
Okay, well, I mean, to me, so I feel like anything that someone could do I could figure out a way to ruin it.
You can't figure out how to ruin mine.
I guarantee you I can.
Yeah.
Message it to me on Twitter right now.
No, you're gonna steal my idea. And then you're gonna ruin my duel.
Yep, you're right. Yeah, I'm ready, dude.
No.
Any idea?
I think the idea is really I think the plan that I've come up with is it's actually been concocted through several different test runs and quite a few different like arithmetic equations that I've put together.
So what you're saying is you don't have an idea.
No. I know. It's just it's hard for the common man to understand. It actually takes a very high intelligence quotient in order to understand what I'm about to say. So maybe I could just say it on stream.
Go ahead.
But no, I changed my mind.
Yeah, I've got a very, very good feeling that there's nothing that you're going to be able to do. Like I have a good plan. Like Blizzard, there were numerous times. Like if I was Blizzard, like I would have suspended me. Like yeah, I would have. And there were lots of times that I did get suspended. I've been suspended many times. I've been suspended, I think, probably 10 times total. So. Who's going to grief on their level 30 account? A lot of people. Like, all you need is one person to do it. It's not, I mean, like, you can have, like, there's like 3,000 people in the beta. What are the chances that one person isn't going to do it? It's like, especially someone that, like, it doesn't matter, like, how much accountability they have. Like, people don't care about that. Like, you can't use, like, social constructs as a rule. You have to have something that enforces those social constructs or it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, it is what it is.
Well, the thing is, like, you can enforce against level 30 players trying to grief
How?
much more than you can well, you just kill them. The problem with the torrent jumping is you can't kill him, so you'd have to move it to a different location. So if the problem with this last duel tournament was not level 30 griefers, and that was not the problem, it was a torrent jumper, you move it to a different zone.
So what happens if somebody comes on a max level and attacks the other players that are dueling?
Then you kill him and restart the duel.
How many times do you have to restart the duel? So like here's an example. So let's say you're in, like, think of like an area. Give me the best area that you have, and I'll figure out. I'll show you how I'd ruin it.
Oh yeah, you would just do it in like any 20+ contested zone.
Okay, so like let's say Duskwood.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you'd be in Duskwood, and let's say I think a good place to do it obviously would be the place where the dragon spawns, right?
Yeah, I think there's like an elite patrol, but okay, yeah, let's just go with that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that there is, but anyway, the point is the same, right? So you would go over there, and well, then obviously for that instance, you would have a level 1 that could go in that area because nothing is around that could aggro. So you'd run into the same problem. But let's say like an actual high level zone, like Winter Spring or something like that, assuming everybody's level 60. So you'd have everybody who's level 60, and you'd be in a very, very high level zone with level 50 mobs. So level 1s would hopefully get attacked immediately as soon as they spawn, right?
Well, the big thing is that, yeah, they're going to be PvP flagged at level 1s.
Yeah, but why couldn't a max level player just come over there and kill the people that are doing?
So here's like, I guess the issue I have with this.
Okay.
The idea of max level characters intervening and trying to fuck with the tournament is a maybe. It wasn't an issue yesterday. It's a potentiality. It's a maybe. It wasn't an issue though. What was an issue, what actually was an issue and manifested in the game in real time, was the level 1 torrent jumping. Why don't we worry about solving what actually manifested rather than a potentiality that didn't actually happen last night?
Wait a minute. Could you repeat that? Sorry, right? I'm kind of confused there because, like, the reason that the other one didn't happen is because we weren't in the place for it to happen. Like, just because it didn't happen doesn't mean that it couldn't happen or it wouldn't happen.
No, it didn't happen. Like, there were like 30 or 40 PvP flagged alliance, and really the Horde did not, like, there were flagged Horde as well, and there weren't mass battle. Actually, when Venruki was battling Sea-Doo, he accidentally tapped target on an alliance, and the duel continued, and not one alliance attacked Venruki during that duel. Everyone was very well behaved.
Yeah, but that goes back to what we said at the beginning. It's about accountability, right? Everybody knows each other. Everybody sees their names. Everybody knows who it is. So when you create a level 1 character with like a random name, then that accountability is gone.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Somebody said that Jelly scattershotted an alliance rogue.
Yeah, they're like... I don't know about that. I know that there were like a couple small events that happened, but like on a large scale, like nothing really went down.
I don't know. I feel like missing a scatter shot's like that's a big deal.
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Jelly mid-duel he did?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, if that happens, I would say probably restart the duel.
Yeah. But
I don't know if that happened.
But like, as soon as somebody realizes that you can like mess somebody up by doing something, everybody else is going to come and do that too.
Right. So I guess if that's the issue that we're talking about now, you just have people stand way far back, right?
Yeah, but like this person's stealth, and like for one, like let's say you can see them even if they're stealth, and like you can kill them, they can still resurrect in the middle of the duel. I mean, like that's the thing. Like let's say you're doing it in a high level zone, I could just take my character over there, and then I die, and I just wait until like the duel is like almost over, and then I finish the duel with like an instant attack. I mean, I'm telling you, like there's no way that you can prevent this from happening.
I'm not saying like. You talked about agency earlier, and I think you've sort of like backed down on that because the deal is like that wasn't an issue yesterday. The issue, I think the goal, the primary topic is preventing the problem that actually manifested, which was the level 1 torrent. High-level players griefing wasn't the issue. Like you said, there is accountability, and I think people know that, and that's why that wasn't an issue. So I think the primary goal is minimizing the effect of level 1 torrent griefers. So what do we do for that? And like, you know what I mean?
I mean, like, how do you feel? Like, so I don't. How have I backed down on the argument for agency?
Well, I feel like you've sort of like pivot on. Okay, you're. My problem is you're focusing on an issue that didn't actually manifest yesterday.
Like, but you know, everybody knows it would. Like, I mean, everybody knows it.
It didn't, though. It could, right? But it didn't because of the agency, because of the accountability. It could, right? But I think we live in reality. We should focus on solving the problem that actually manifested. What do we do to solve that problem going forward?
Well, here's what I would do, right? And I agree with you to an extent. Yeah, obviously, like, yes, the other problem didn't happen. Or, well, actually, it kind of did with, as I said, Jelly, like, not having the, what do you call it? Getting, sorry, I'm dueling somebody. Jelly accidentally scattershotting the wrong person. I feel like that's a very good instance of somebody who is, you know, affected by having the other faction be in that area. And also, like, I don't want Blizzard to try to stop people from PvPing, because that is a core function of the game.
Right.
Right? Like this is... I feel like the solution is just to ban people that are intentionally griefing, because I don't think Blizzard should like. There's no point.
Maybe
where
not ban, but
Blizzard.
like act on people.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, we talked about moving them or something potentially.
Yeah.
Right.
So the
Like
problem I have is how subjective the term "ban people for intentional griefing" is. Like, what is griefing? How do you define that?
I would
how long
define
does griefing have to go on before it's...
You're right. Okay, so let's talk about that. So this is something that Soda actually ran into whenever we did, I think, Project 70 or 80. And there was a person who was standing on top of him constantly with the Core Hound mount. And Soda talked to a GM about this, and the GM told him that if Soda told this person to move and they didn't move, he could report them and the GM would take action. In general, I don't like it whenever one player has the ability to incapacitate or stop another player from being able to play the game in the way that they want to. That's not, you know, a weird way or some kind of like dumb bullshit. And the other player does not have a recourse for that. Like, what is the recourse for somebody standing on top of you? That you have to move? Like, well, then they're just gonna move too. Like, I don't feel like you should have to like play and like do all these other weird different things. I feel like the simple solution is Blizzard banning people, or, you know, at least moving people, preventing it from happening one way or another, preventing it from happening whenever it's done intentionally to ruin other people's experience. Like, I don't see how you could defend somebody who is going out of their way for multiple hours of the day, specifically with one intention to ruin an event and ruin other people's experience. Like, how is that a defensible thing at all?
So, I think it's a false conflation to... I think it's a false equivalency to compare the soda poppin' situation to the tournament situation. There is a solution to the problem that happened in the tournament last night. There are several spots where you can move the tournament where the level 1 Tauren would not be an issue. I don't agree to that comparison. Now, I think you're right with the soda poppin' thing. That's an issue. Perhaps action needs to be taken, but there is an in-game response to what happened last night. Move the tournament.
Yeah, but you're going to have other problems there too. What happens whenever you move the tournament and then you have a different set of problems? Now, what do? You move it back and then have the level 1s again? Like,
I think
what
there are
is
other
the
ways
end
to handle
game
those
for this?
problems. I guess maybe also, like, we need to have the question, is anyone entitled to have a PvP tournament on a PvP server and not be open to being griefed? Like,
No.
should that be a given?
No, I think that if
I
it's
agree.
a PvP server and it's a contested area, the other faction should be allowed to go and attack them. Because it would be ridiculous to say no. You have everybody in this area has to forego the rules of the entire tournament, or sorry, the rules of the entire server, because this group of people decided that they wanted to do something. No, I don't think that's
I agree.
fair at all.
So what we do, there was a problem that couldn't be handled with PvP recourse last night. We get rid of that problem. There is a guaranteed way to minimize that problem. We go in a contested PvP zone. Now, if there are PvP issues that arise, level 30 griefers, you're on a PvP server. No one is entitled to have a PvP tournament on a PvP server and not be griefed. That's not an issue because we're on a PvP server. The problem last night had no PvP recourse. Fix that problem. There are in-game solutions. Move the tournament.
Well, yeah, but then if you move the tournament, like, so do you think basically the end game for this, right? So let's say you move the tournament, you have PvP problems. So you think people just shouldn't do dueling tournaments?
No, I mean, I tweeted this out last night. What I really want, like, I don't know if you guys agree, I think it would be great to have, like, at the end of each phase in Classic WoW, I think we should have, like, tournament servers where stuff like this can happen.
That would be awesome.
I really think that would
But-
be awesome.
but
I think that's my
That kind of
Okay,
just
go
that
ahead.
kind of just fixes all the problems, right? If you just have tournament servers, it just fixes. It pretty much fixes everything, right?
I don't think that there's solutions to griefing, right? I mean, like, there's not like you can't solve every solution to griefing
Okay,
simultaneously.
wait, let's break this down.
Okay.
Okay, what do you mean by griefing right now?
I mean griefing by having a level 1 character stand on top of the totems intentionally to make it difficult for other people to target the totems.
Okay, there is a solution to that. You go to a PvP contested zone.
Yeah? Why should you have to move the entire tournament because one person decides that they want to stand there and do that on purpose? It's the same thing that you can say about the fishing thing. Like, I can just go fish somewhere else,
So
but that's going to create another problem too.
We have an in-game solution to this problem. Why not just take it? Like, why not have just a better tournament planning?
I do think having the foresight to know that, okay, like, something could happen here, something could happen there. I do think that's important, and that should be a factor in your planning.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills because we have somebody here who has intentionally created a character with the sole intent to disrupt and ruin an event. And the solution to that is to have every single player in the entire tournament move to the other side of the world that will not solve the problem to begin with, but instead
Wait, how
create
will it
new-
not solve the problem?
because it will create another problem. You're not
Well,
going to
it
solve a
solves- it solves
problem
a
by
problem.
creating another
It solves
problem.
a
But that
problem.
new problem is inherent to life on a PvP server. Play on a
Right.
PvE server. You can't expect, like, that argument of having max level gankers or griefers is non-existent. You've chosen to be on a PvP server. That's the non-argument.
If you weren't on a PvP server, if you were on a PvE server, they would sit on the totems in the high level area too. It has nothing to do with that. Like, I mean, like, you know this would happen, right?
So,
PvP server is also a
It has
solution.
nothing to do
in
with
one
it.
sense, right? PvP server is also a solution in one sense, right? Because if you have something like that and then you're in a contested area, then you can kill people. So PvP server goes both ways. It has issues, but it also has a solution.
I guess it comes down to a disagreement over whether or not, like, anyone. Okay, there is a solution. Is that a Dr.
Yes, it is.
There is a solution. Nice. There is a solution to the level 1 Tauren problem. and that's moved to a higher level PvP contested zone. The problem that arises that you're bringing up on top of that, the max level griefers, that's a PvP server issue. That's not griefing. That's going to happen on a PvP server. Like, I don't really accept that argument.
But what about on a PvE server?
There's a different dynamic, right? Like,
well, what do they do on a PvE server?
If you want to have a dual tournament on a PvE server,
yeah, what do you do?
I mean, yeah, the level 1 torrent problem would be a problem.
Yeah, so what should they do then? What should Blizzard do then? Should they just not be allowed to do a dual tournament?
No, I think that perhaps there should be different, like, enforcement of rules on PvE servers than on PvP servers.
So you think on PvP servers, you should be expected to go to a high-level zone rather than just contact a GM whenever somebody's intentionally harassing you?
Wait, PvP servers and PvE servers do have different rule sets, don't they?
They do.
Same with RP servers.
What are the different rule sets between PvP and PvE servers?
So I don't have them memorized, but what I'm going to say is, like, I think that if you have a solution to a problem, it's on you to use that solution. And on a PvP server, you do have a solution. You go to a higher level zone. And then
but that is not actually a solution. I mean, because you can still have people, sit on the totems. Like, as I said, if I...
You kill them.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Like, by the time you kill them, the duel is already disrupted. Like, you've already messed up the duel by then.
I guess that this comes down to disagreement over whether or not people should be entitled to have duel tournaments on PvP servers. I guess that's what that's the axiom of the argument then.
Well, no, because you can use that same argument for PvE servers too. Like, if you're on a PvE server,
there should be a different rule set on PvE servers. I think.
What should the rule set be on PvE servers then?
So because you don't have an in-game recourse, I think that maybe there should be action taken against level 1 griefer. Because there is no in-game recourse.
Well, you realize that there's no... It's not that simple. Because if you have a level 1... Like, as I said, if I wanted to go and I wanted to grief a tournament on a PvP server in a contested zone, I'd be able to do it easily. Right? I mean, do you really think that I wouldn't be able to sabotage a dueling tournament on a PvP server? Doesn't matter what...
You could, but not as easily.
Yeah, but you could still do it.
But the point is, you're talking about different rule sets, right? If you're talking about different rule sets for different servers, then PvE would just get it, like, if there was no in-game means to fix
I don't think they need to make new rules. They just need to enforce the current rules. Like, they don't need to do all this other crazy new stuff.
The rules are entirely subjective and situational, right? That's the thing.
Well, that's the thing. I agree with you that they are subjective. And they aren't open to interpretation. And my interpretation is whenever somebody creates a character specifically for the intent of trolling people, then that person's character should get moved or removed in some way or another. Because it's very clear that they did it with the intention to disrupt other people's gameplay. While there are solutions to solving that problem, I don't think that players should have to go through those solutions to solving that problem whenever the easiest solution that's already supported in the terms of service is for Blizzard to take action.
I don't know, man. I disagree with your criteria there. Like, I know so many people that only play Priest because they want to mind control people off high things. I know people that only play Rogue because they like...
That's an out... Okay, well, let's go through all of the different examples there.
Because I don't want to gish count you. Okay, what's...
Okay, so Priest mind controlling is obviously a PvP outcome. Next.
But it's a PvP outcome.
Yeah.
Like, this goes back... There is a PvP solution to the Torrent thing, though, right? You're sort of like
not
trying
unless
to have
you're
it both
in that
ways.
area, and also it's not really a solution. I don't think it's a solution at all.
How long should a Tauren be allowed to sit on your totems before it becomes griefing and you decide to ban them?
I think that depends on if you have an in-game solution, right? The in-game solution is moved to a contested zone. If you're on a PvE server, then it's a different outlet or a different rule set and enforcement protocol.
So you think on a PvE server they should have banned the Torrent?
Well, no, I think they probably should have spoken to him, and then if he didn't if like he didn't do anything, yeah, maybe they should have given him a 1-day suspension or moved him or.
Okay, so you agree that the action of doing that is something that they should suspend for, and you think that because it's on a PvP server, they should be expected to go in a PvP zone and do it that way. That's what you're saying, right?
I think that if you have the capability to solve the problem on your own, I think you should probably try to do that first.
I mean, there's a solution to solving every problem, right? I mean, with like the mind control example, you can just not go into contested zones. I mean, like, I think that once you create this situation where players are expected to walk and step around people who are intentionally trying to ruin the game, then you're just going to have more and more people try and do it inside of loopholes. When I think we should just step back, see this for what it is, and take action. Like, I don't know why every single time that this happens, there has to be like some kind of giant like debate and like a slippery slope argument and all of this other stuff, whenever it's very clear that this person went in there with a very direct intention to ruin other people's experience. This is something that is clearly stated in the TOS that is against the rules. I can't think of...
It's not stated anywhere in the TOS.
Yes, it is. You just read it earlier.
Behavior that intentionally detracts from other players' enjoyment is such an open-ended thing and could be interpreted so many different ways, right?
Yeah, you're right. But like, how many ways would it be interpreted where standing on totems is not one of them? Like, create an interpretation in which standing on the totems is not an interpretation.
I think, listen, you're right. It obviously is, but so are so many other things, and I think.
So you agree? It obviously is.
There is an in-game solution to it.
Yeah, there's an in-game solution to every single griefing problem at some point. The in-game solution to ninja looting is to never play in a group. The in-game solution to dealing with griefing with like corpse camping is to never go into contested areas. I don't think people should have to expect to do all of these contrived things just to prevent somebody who set their goal.
Whoa, slow down. Okay,
go ahead.
Okay, it is not contrived to like in vanilla WoW, in classic WoW. Your player name or guild you're in carries a lot of weight, right? If you don't want to get ninja looted, you play with people you know and respect from good guilds or people you know or that are in your guild or your friends. If you don't want to get camped, if you're getting camped, you imagine this, like you can actually whisper people to come and help you. There's the global defense chat. There are in-game solutions to these problems.
I don't think the social constructs are a solution. Because you can't enforce social constructs. Like they're only like soft rules.
Wait, you don't think that grouping with people you trust is a reasonable solution to ninja looting?
No, it's not about that. It's about, yes, obviously you can do that, but I don't think that somebody ninja looting is always like the player's fault. Like, obviously, if you say, yeah, everything's going to be free roll and everything's fine, and people have a reasonable expectation to trust someone, then they turn around and they steal everything, then yeah, obviously I would say that would be bad. I mean, how is that not bad?
Do you think that person should be banned?
I don't know. It depends. Like, what would I do? Like, what would I do in that situation? I probably would not ban them. I would just suspend them and remove the items. Because they clearly did something to deceive people. It's clearly toxic behavior. And it's clearly something that they've done with the intent of ruining other people's experience. Like, do you think that if one person went out of their way to try to harass you on your stream, like they could do that to the point where it would be very, very unfun for you?
Absolutely. But there are things I could do that would mitigate that. Like, I would maybe log on an alt, I'd go do a dungeon. Like, there are responses I can...
Yeah, obviously there are solutions, but what I mean is that if somebody wanted to do that, they could do that, and they could cause all kinds of problems. And it's not something just as simple as saying, yeah, well, just because I can log on another character, this person should be able to do whatever they want. Like, I don't understand the logic behind trying to create a rationalization for somebody who's clearly trying to grief the entire other group. Like they're obviously trying to do it. This is.
I'm not. It's very obvious they were trying to do it, right?
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, yeah, that's not the argument, right? What I'm saying is, there is an in-game solution. We should do that.
There's not an in-game solution because that solution causes other problems.
Those problems that you're listing off, high level, other like level 30 griefers, those problems are inherent to a PvP server. That's life on a PvP server. So
But we are playing on PvP server right now. We are playing.
Like I said, I think the axiom of the argument comes down to whether or not people should be able to I think there's a sense of entitlement to being able to have a flawless duel tournament on a PvP server. And I think that's where we disagree.
I don't think there's any entitlement to somebody not wanting someone else to create a character and stand on their totems whenever it's clearly stated in the TOS that that's against the rules. Just because there's a solution to it by going to this other area that's going to create other problems, obviously, I don't think that's a rationalization to say that this person shouldn't have action taken against them. They've clearly done this on purpose. They're clearly doing it to fuck other people up. And then also, are you saying that, if you want to do the PvP server argument, you're effectively condoning cross-faction cooperation, right?
Blizzard allows cross-faction cooperation. That's not against the rules at all.
I don't think so either. But it's not explicitly against the rules, but it's against the spirit of the game. And I think that's really what we're arguing here. It's not against the rules in the same way that griefing in that instance is not explicitly against the rules, but it's clearly done against the spirit of the game. Yeah.
Yeah. For me, there is an in-game solution.
Yeah.
I think we say the in-game solution. Let's just do final thoughts because I don't think we're gonna come to eye to eye.
Yeah, there's no way. I honestly I think the idea of letting somebody create a Tauren character and the solution of having everybody run over to the other side of the world, in thinking that that's even going to solve it, which it won't, and everybody knows that it won't, rather than Blizzard taking the obvious action of suspending them, or at least moving their character out of the area, is just ridiculous. Those are my final thoughts.
Yeah, okay. The problem last night was a level 1 Tauren jumping on people and sitting on their totems. The solution to that, go to a higher level contested zone, you can kill him. The issues that arrive from there are level 30 griefers. There was the capacity for that to happen last night. It didn't happen. I think we need to operate in reality and address the problems that actually manifest rather than problems that could manifest but didn't.
So it did with the jelly beans.
Because he accidentally scattershot it.
Yeah, it did happen.
You can just have people take a step back, right?
No, because that's implying they're cooperating.
Oh, they are. Yeah, actually, I was leading the alliance group. Anytime I said move up, stand back, people were very receptive. I know on the Horde people were receptive also. The example you're giving is an accident. He just tapped target and scattershotted. People could just move back, right?
They could, or they could move their characters in the first place and not stand on the totems. Your solution is assuming cooperation, which is clearly not the intent.
No, people were cooperating. Your example is an incidental problem. The people that 99% of people there were there in good faith and just wanted to watch. You're comparing the good faith actors to the bad faith actor. There is a solution to the bad faith actor. The good faith actors will cooperate. Because how do I know that? Because they did.
There is no solution to bad faith operators besides Blizzard.
There is. It's go to a higher level contested zone.
That is not a solution.
All right, guys. Thank you for your final thoughts. I appreciate it. I think the real answer
Wait,
here...
can I say something? Can I say something?
No. Go ahead.
As long as it's your final thoughts, dude.
I was just asking if I can. I don't have anything to say. You guys pretty much said the same thing.
The final answer here is that PvP servers are one of the last, wild, wild west places on Earth, okay? In the internet. In the World of Warcraft. Alright? So, Blizzard should do literally everything they can to stay hands-off. That's the real solution here. And I fully expect this to be used against me when
I'm gonna make a group to do Gurabashi Arena. Come join up the group. I had to mute that. Can you guys join the group? Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, we'll see what happens, but I'm glad, obviously, Blizzard did do something, and we'll see what they're going to do in the future. I'm curious to see how the other the other dueling events are going to go, but I don't know. It just depends.
Do you know if they whispered him before teleporting him?
No,
I don't know
no
that. Okay.
Esfand, can you give me a lead, or make it a raid, so we can invite everybody? We're going to do Gurabashi.
Yeah. I'm in the middle of the duel, that's all.
Just a second here. Let me read some. How can you take pride in being an asshole while simultaneously whine about other people being assholes? It's two different things. I'm not whining about them being an asshole. I'm whining about Blizzard not taking action. There were a lot of times that I was an asshole and then Blizzard took action against me. Like it's not hypocritical at all. Like I feel like people are fucking retarded. Like, it's not fair. No, there's very, very clearly a rule set in mind, in place that prevents people from doing things that are, I guess, I would say like toxic or just a second. Okay, yeah, sorry, I confused here. Are you against retards? Yeah, they're just, you've got to be retarded to think this is a good idea, right? To just let people go out of their way to harass other people in the game. Especially whenever it's the same faction sitting on the totems, thinking that you have to move everything over to the other side of the entire world to do that. That's so fucking stupid. Like that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard. There's no way I would do that. Yeah, I think it's a completely stupid thing to say.
Asmon.
What? What?
I was thinking of a feature I think you might like, dude.
Okay.
What if Blizzard made a specific area just for your character that you could like upgrade and shit like that, and you could invite people into, and just the people in your group would be in that area.
Oh. And you could like level the place up and
that'd
like,
be
add
great.
more to
I
it.
would love that.
That'd be really good. Oh, and let's put trade chat in it, so you can sit in there and talk to
so you don't even have to leave. And an auction house too. If maybe you're like an engineer, you can make a robot or something that can buy and sell things. We need more fuel for Gurabashi if anybody wants to come in and join.
That sounds right up your alley, man.
Yeah. I mean, I know you guys are like trying to joke around, but I honestly, like, I really think this is just completely fucking retarded, the idea that Blizzard shouldn't take action. Like, I hate the intellectual dishonesty that's going on here. It's so obvious to me. Like, I'm just honestly amazed.
Well, you're just so much more big brain than anybody else, dude.
Well, no, I mean, there's a lot of people that agree with me. I would say most people probably agree with me.
You know what? I would say most people agree with me.
Uh-huh.
I think most people agree with me. This discussion has gone on for too long.
Yeah, it has. You're right about that. Actually, it's going on. Like, honestly, like if I'm arguing something, I will never quit until I win. Like I'll give you guys that. It's completely true. Come on, let's go this way. Oops. Let me put back on push to talk here, so I don't.
So do you guys want to talk about streamer privilege?
What about it?
Well,
just like, no, I'm not going to do a poll.
Beta,
read your whisper. Just a second.
Priority access to just the tubes, so we get in the and that way we can get to the servers faster. We have less latency.
So this is something that Tally just sent me.
Oh, and also the fact that
this is something Tally just sent me. Listen to this. No one has mentioned that you can actually request a GM to monitor big server events. They do it on Moonguard. Whenever streamers created servers there as far back as Mists of Pandaria, they would bring level of fear for those specific events, but only for same faction griefing. So it looks like Blizzard actually already does do this. So I guess next time we'll have to ask and see if there's a way that they can kind of monitor it and make sure that nobody does anything weird.
Yeah, for RP servers, right?
Yeah, but that doesn't
RP PvP.
Well, no, that does not necessarily imply that they wouldn't do it for other things too. Moonguard's the most popular server for doing events. That doesn't mean they wouldn't do them on other servers too. Okay, safe space. Yeah, let's go this way, guys.
Well, we could get Omar in here.
I think to get Omar here, you actually have to write his name out on the Stormwind Bridge and do a conga line around it.
We were
until he summons.
thinking about doing a pentagram of dead corpses to get him to kill Weevil for us, but it didn't work out. We need more people for Gurabashi Arena. Everybody, come join up for Gurabashi Arena. Let's go. Everybody get in here. Let's go.
In the same vein, there. Do you think this would have happened if it wasn't being streamed and this just was like a random event that people organized on a?
Well, I mean,
I would have
right?
ruined other events even if
Yeah, I think it still could have. I mean, you look at the Serenity Now thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good example. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's less likely that it would have happened. You know, doing it in front of the stream obviously it's an added bonus that somebody gets for doing something like this. Yeah. All right, boys, let's go.
Like a added bonus, like kind of like a privilege or whatever that you get for streaming.
Wasn't it
It's the opposite. It's like a debuff. It's like, oh man, I'm streaming. That means I'm gonna have a bunch of people try to run around and attack me for attention. Like I wouldn't necessarily call that a privilege.
If it has enough attention, then you get issues taken care of, like with Troll God.
Maybe. And also, like I think that the fact
if it went 3 hours, timeout. If it went 3 hours, is that really getting issues taken care of because you're streaming?
Yeah, we need more people. We need more people. Let's go.
Yeah,
I need a lot of people here for Gurabashi Arena.
Like,
there's no way I'm losing it this time. I am not losing it this time. Everybody, let's go.
I mean,
it's not like they
guaranteed Scarab.
Like, I mean, they wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying?
It is.
Like, I don't think the benefit of streaming is really there.
I'd be very interested in seeing if that exists.
If what exists?
I would be interested in seeing like a case where a dueling tournament took place and it wasn't being streamed, but it was being griefed. If GMs would have intervened and taken care of the griefing, I'd be very interested to see that.
Do you really think that it wouldn't happen?
Do I think it would have been taken care of, or what?
Do you think it would have happened? Like, do you think GMs would have done anything? Like,
no.
I mean, let's not beat around the bush here. Obviously, having over 100,000 people watching the tournament is going to impact the way that Blizzard deals with issues. I mean, like, let's be in the real world here for a second. Obviously, yes. That doesn't mean that they're just not going to do anything for people that aren't there. The fuck is this?
So we agree that that streamer privilege exists and...
Fuck! They're here!
Sweetie.
Son of a bitch! Alright, you know what? Let's go. Okay, come on, let's go. Guys, we need everybody here. Let's go. We are not gonna fucking lose this. I don't even care anymore. Let's go over here. Come on. Hoping to Staysafe posting it. You can post it all you want. Like, I'm not backing down on my opinion. Like, I think it's very clearly this person's a fucking griefing piece of shit. Blizzard should have banned him. That's what I would have done. The idea that you have to go to a high-level zone just to avoid this doesn't even take into account PvE servers and how they deal with it. And even then, you'd have other types of griefing happening as well. I think instead of trying to run around to the entire side of the world and going everywhere to prevent some person that's obviously set out to ruin your experience, Blizzard should just take action and deal with it so it's not necessary. Yes, that is my stance right there. Yes, obviously. That's my stance. Let's be a little bit more realistic here. Okay, like, yeah, everybody's fucking 50 people, 500 people have to relocate to the other side of the world because one dipshit. It's more important that Blizzard upholds some sort of bullshit integrity that they don't even have in the first place, because it's literally stated in the TOS that they can suspend people for doing this. It's so fucking stupid. I can't believe it. Honestly, I really can't. And leave it up to the Classic community to actually think that there's even another side to this. Like, I'm amazed.
Asmon's big mad right now.
I'm not mad. Well, I am. I'm disappointed. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Oh, frick, dude.
I would say you definitely should not roll on a PvP server ever.
Well, on a PvP server, I'd have an easier job dealing with it because I could just kill him, or have somebody on the other faction kill him. Like, it's mostly PvE servers that has a problem. Like, PvP servers easier.
So you just agree with Staysafe then?
What do you mean?
Are you serious?
No. Just because there's one solution to solving a problem doesn't mean that you should have to use that solution, number one. It's the same thing with the fishing bobbers. Like, you can just go fish somewhere else. Should you have to move your character because somebody else is intentionally trying to prevent you from playing the game? No, I don't think so.
Well, there's
I
a
don't
big
think
range
so.
there. There's a big range there on that.
Of course there is, but like I'm not talking about a range. I'm talking about a specific event. Kill Saren. Kill Saren.
To me,
Okay,
it's
so-
also
so-
agree with Staysafe.
Here's the thing. It's about the capabilities, right? It's about the capabilities of being able to do something back, right? If it's somebody standing on your bobber and you can't click the thing,
Let's go.
you can't really do anything about that. You have to move. That's not right.
Yeah, we need
Now,
more
if
people.
it's somebody like who's preventing you from playing the game in the sense of like using natural like game mechanics, like okay, they're being a fight here or whatever. At least even if you're weaker than him, if you're lower level than him, at least you have the opportunity to fight back, right? There's something in the game.
I'll tell you
designed
what. If Staysafe wants to host a dueling tournament, I'll make sure it doesn't happen. How about that? I'll ruin it. Like, doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll ruin it. Be
Look,
great.
This is it. I don't know, man. To me, like it's this whole thing of like
Yeah.
streamer privilege and all this.
No, I'll ruin it.
it. I don't know. The thing I have a big problem with, to be completely honest with you, is actually viewer privilege.
How's that?
Is a really, really big issue.
Because they get to get into groups easily.
No, it's viewer privilege, dude. They're like, oh man, I don't have any friends. Oh, the streamer is starting a group. I'm gonna join the group, and it's just ridiculous, man. Unbelievable. That's all I gotta say. Hey, you know what? Man, I gotta find somebody to gank. I want to go gank somebody. Hey, that guy's streaming. Viewer privilege.
Guys, let's get over here. Everybody, let's go. We've got to make sure that we get this Gurabashi Arena. We've got 9 minutes. Let's get it done. Let's get it done. Yeah, I'm telling you, like, there's a way you can ruin every single thing. Blizzard has to intervene. Like, they have to intervene. There's no way that you can prevent it from happening. Like, this is from somebody who's been a dedicated troll and griefer for over 10 years. There's always a way. There's always a way. One way or another, you can do it. Okay, let's see. You promise? I don't know about promising, but there it is. And it's caused drama already. I mean, this is it. Like, this is it. This is the way that I feel about it, right? This is actually good for the game. The fact that people are really mad about this is fucking amazing. Like, I'm actually so happy this is happening. Like, these are the kinds of things, and people getting angry and upset, these are the kinds of things that make the game special, and it makes them good, right? And the fact that people are mad and arguing about this, and like really pissed off, etc., right? Because I read some comments and shit about it too. People are really upset about this. They would never be this upset about something in BFA because they already quit the game, so they don't even know what's going on, right? But in Classic WoW, this shit matters a lot to people. A level 30 duel is enough to have a gigantic fucking debate over. And whether I'm right or wrong, I think beyond a shadow of a doubt that I'm right, okay? Like, I don't care how many people disagree with me. Truth is not a democracy. I think that I'm right, and that's all there is to it. But the fact that there are other people that feel the exact same way on the opposite, and they're willing to argue and talk about this over and over and over and over for hours, that's special. That's very, very special, and that's what we need to have more in this game. We need more games that are like that. Do you think they should be permabanned for 10 years of griefing? No, I don't think they should retroactively permaban me for things that they have no proof of happening. Like, what if I was just lying about everything? No, how's that even... No, they should not retroactively permaban me for things I did 9 years ago. Like, well, come on. Like, let's not be stupid. I think these situations are price you pay that freedom gives us. I don't know. I mean, I think that, yeah, I mean, maybe you could say that's the price you pay. But I think that one person shouldn't be able to inconvenience and ruin the experience of hundreds of other people, right? I mean, that's all it comes down to. Okay, let's go. We'll get everybody in here and let's get it done. Of course, I should. It's a PvP server. It's not a PvP event, though. It has nothing to do with PvP. How many people do we need? Okay, we've got like maybe 20. This is pretty fucking bad if the horde come. Vanta Gurabashi. Wait, what's this here? Would fix the griefing? No, it wouldn't, because then people could resurrect in the, like, any instance. So let's say you do it in Gurabashi Arena, and I go down there and, you know, they're dueling and they kill me. The guards kill me of the tournament. What would I do? I would just wait until they started the duel and resurrect and attack the person who's lower health and kill them. And it would ruin the duel. Like, there's literally nothing that you can do. Like, I guarantee you. Like an IRL, you have to call the police. Yeah, I mean, like at certain points, like there are points where there is no recourse. Okay, let's go, guys. Let's go. Let's try to win this. Hopefully it's gonna work.
Venruki's coming! Fuck, man!
Yeah, I fucking know that, dude.
Venruki's coming!
I know.
Dude. You know he won the fucking tournament?
I fucking know that, okay?
He's the best player on the fucking server right now, man.
You know what? We've got a lot of players. So hopefully it's gonna
Yeah, but
work.
he's the best one.
Well, we'll kill him first. Let's go. Let's get it done, boys. Let's go.
Don't say Ven who. You know who Venruki is, okay?
Yeah.
It's the guy that didn't ice block.
Yeah, he pressed the buttons, dude. Venruki pressed the buttons, I saw him.